Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advancement, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So, one of the biggest knocks on LeBron James has been his ability to close games. And as time has gone on, they found a way to kind of rebrand his flameouts at the end of games, him running from the free throw line, him making boneheaded plays at the end of games to now, I make every play. I always make the right play. He's making the basketball play, when in reality it's nonsense, right? These guys are they're just trying to rebrand something that we all knew about this guy early on in his career, right? So anyway, recently, Stephen A. Smith went on the arena to debate Skip Bayless. They spoke about the Cowboys, spoke about all of these other things. But then it got to the point where they were talking about LeBron James, and Stephen A. Smith was kind of defending LeBron and all of this. But then towards the tail end of his commentary, he then started to talk about LeBron as a closer. He started talking about LeBron as a scorer. And I'm like, wait a minute here. Stephen A. Smith is essentially saying this guy is a horrible late game player. And he's saying that this guy runs away from the free throw line at the end of games. I'm like, but this is what we've always known. And if you can say this on the arena, why don't you say it on TV? So for those of you who didn't hear that, want to play what he had to say for you now, and I'm going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Stephen A. Smith here.
I'm saying to you, when you say LeBron doesn't have the clutch gene, this is not a James Harden kind of inexplicable stuff that we're looking at where you shooting 25 a game and then a game 7 arrives and you don't want to shoot the ball.
Yeah, LeBron's more late game.
LeBron is not a shooter. LeBron is a scorer, but he's not a shooter.
I know, but he's the greatest scorer in the history of the league, and he's a lousy shooter.
It's two things. He's not the greatest scorer in the history of the league. There's several scorers that have been more prolific.
But I mean, on your point, on longevity, right?
The longevity.
Yeah, that's right.
The longevity, not efficiency. No. So let's understand something. LeBron James is going to be hesitant with his J, most importantly with free throws.
Oh,
that's really what gets
Lord
him in trouble.
Have mercy.
He is not a confident person at the free throw line.
Right.
He is going to be career 73, 74% free throw shooter. He is not going to be that guy. We get that part. But there are other things, like when he blocked Andre Iguodala's shot. It ain't always about scoring. Mm-hmm. It's about plays. Where his confidence dissipates is when you force him to shoot a perimeter shot or send him to the free throw line in money time. That's not his strength. That's not his strength. We all know that. Well, I ain't going all that, but that's him. He's not a shooter. That's what, like, again, I don't judge him like that. Okay. So, again, there have been times when he hasn't shown up, but there's been times when he has.
Okay, but the Iggy block, it's the all-time greatest block in the history of blocks. It's a blindside chase down block, and it's a hustle block. I give you that. He didn't give up on the play.
Right.
But remember, J.R. Smith undercuts Iggy, who's about to dunk it, and he had to take another dribble.
So you're just going to ignore the fact that LeBron was damn near at the top of the backboard.
Okay,
and blocked the shot. I mean, you're just going to ignore that.
I know he can do that. I know he can get a running start, full court, like he's run full court as fast as he can run. 6'9", 260, and he launches from the free throw line. Yeah, he could probably touch the top of the backboard. Mm-hmm. But the point was, it's an ambush block. It's like Iggy had to redo his dribble, and then he's just going to lay it off the glass, and he got it.
There's only one Skip, baby.
But is that a great block?
I mean,
okay,
you're
but
the
wait a
only
second.
person on the planet that's complaining about the block.
Okay, but is it a man-sized block? Is it a face-to-face where I just made you eat the basketball? No.
But it is something that most humans can't pull off because they can't get up that damn high.
Okay, I got that. But
and they don't have the hustle in them to get down there and make that kind of terrific play.
Okay, so it's a hustle block. I give you that.
Well, give it. Doesn't it matter?
But
doesn't hustle matter as opposed to somebody being like, have you not seen enough lackadaisical individuals that shortchange you with effort, even in big moments, to appreciate the moment? Listen, man, I ain't want to defend no damn LeBron James, but the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
The brother does. I mean, listen, he's going to go down in the Mount Rushmore of basketball, man. I mean, there's no way around it. Yeah. There's no way around it. You cannot say definitively that when it comes to all around, I'm not talking about clutch gene because Skip knows I've said this. I would pick Larry Bird in the last 2 minutes of a game before I picked LeBron James. In the last 2 minutes.
So you heard what he had to say, but it just doesn't stop there. Because earlier in that segment, they were arguing back and forth over LeBron, and Skip Bayless started to bring up some data that was essentially proving the point that Stephen A. Smith made, which was this guy's not a good closer, because he started talking about how LeBron, his statistics in late games in the playoffs. He started talking about his playoff record with the Lakers. And I'm like, this is exactly the point that Skip Bayless was making. And I'm like, if you can say this here, say it on TV. Well, I mean, if you can say it on the arena, say it on TV. And I'm like, no, we got to play this for y'all. But before we even get into what Skip said earlier in that segment, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds. And I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, great. So what we want to do now is I want to play what Skip said originally, and then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Skip here.
Here's what the Laker brass knows that no one ever talks about. Since that Mickey Mouse championship, LeBron James and company, 12 and 20 in postseason games.
Yeah.
For him individually, that's the worst winning percentage of any active player in the postseason, 12 and 20. And over the last 3 years, LeBron and company, 2 and 12 in the postseason. And listen, this man has been a disappearing act in the fourth quarters of the last 3 years of playoff runs, 2 of them very quick and short. But even if we go back to the Denver, they got to the conference championship. They got swept by Denver, and Denver's on its way to winning it all. But in those 4 fourth quarters, LeBron shot 7 of 23 and 1 of 10 from 3. And during that series, he set an NBA record for missed consecutive fourth quarter threes of 20 in a row. He missed 20 straight threes in the fourth quarters of those Denver games. And I know for a fact the Laker brass was not happy with that performance. That's when Austin Reeves almost saved it for him, because he's the one you can trust.
Well, I recently saw this stat where 3-pointers made or missed with like less than 5 seconds left in regulation or overtime. LeBron was like 0 for 17. So it's like, but we're not judging LeBron on 3-point shots like he's Steph Curry or Klay Thompson.
Right.
So we got to remember that.
Okay, I got it.
Secondly, let's analyze. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, one of those playoff losses were the Phoenix Suns when Chris Paul and them were there?
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
Okay.
They missed the playoffs thereafter.
That was in 6 games.
They missed the playoffs thereafter. Then after that, Darvin Ham's your coach. You get to the conference.
They did. And they
it
got
was
swept.
Jokic, but it was Jokic
it
he
was.
ran against. And then when they lost in the first round of next year, it was Jokic. You see what I'm saying? So it's like who you lost to
you went down
matters.
in 5, but go ahead.
Who you lost to matters.
All right.
You lose last year. Ant-Man. And Rudy and let's bring this up. The Los Angeles Lakers were so pathetic defensively. Rudy Gobert looked like the second coming of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He did. They got swept at home in the conference finals. In the closeout game at Staples, LeBron James had 2 chances to tie the game with the clock ticking down to 0, and neither shot touched the rim.
This is last year against Minnesota?
What's
You're saying this is last year against Minnesota?
No, it was against Denver when they got swept.
Got you.
That's the first time.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Then the next year, they have to play at Denver in games 1 and 2. In the fourth quarter of the first game, he pouts the whole fourth quarter and won't shoot because he thought he took too much criticism over his failure, his epic failure against Denver the year before. Game 2 at Denver, he's got a wide open three-pointer. He did the little Jordan push-off move on Brian Russell. On Jamal, just pushed him out of the way and went up with wide open three to win the game. It was 16 seconds left, but it would have given him a 3-point lead, and he LeBricked it. The man was born without a clutch gene. Then last year against the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's 1-1 going to game 3, 1-1. Go look. I won't bore you with all the details in games 3, 4, and 5. Go look what happened to him and Luka. Luka was just as bad, but it was criminal how LeBron disappeared in the 3 straight fourth quarters, and they lost in 5 games.
So listen.
Fantastic. So you heard it. Now, it's a shame that you can only get this level of candor and conversation on the arena. It's a shame. And let me tell you this. Had Gilbert Arenas been there, there's no way he would allow this conversation to go down. Because the one thing I've noticed about the arena is they don't tolerate any kind of slander towards LeBron James. They can slander Kobe Bryant. They do that all the time. They can slander Michael Jordan. They do that all the time. But LeBron James, they never do it. And the first person that's usually his first line of defense is Gilbert Arenas. Then after that is most likely Nick Young. And then Brandon Jennings sometimes just jumps out the window without a parachute for no good reason. Some of the points he be making, we'd be like, yo, bro, what's up, bro? Take up them glasses. Let's look at your eyes, man. They red? Like, what's going on, baby? You sound like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's good? So to have this kind of segment take place is a rarity on that show. A rarity. But what these guys found a way to do with the Nick Rice, the Shannon, they tried to rebrand him and say, oh, no, he makes the right play. No, knock it off. We all know the stories, bro. We all know the stories. What's surprising to me is here you have a Skip Bayless and a Stephen A. Smith making a case that this guy's a lousy club. But we all know this already. But given the fact that he's played for such a long time, he's had more cracks at it. Hence the reason he's the number 1 leading scorer in NBA history. Not because he's the best scorer. Come on, LeBron's only scored 60 points one time in his career. Over 60 one time. Kobe did it 4 times in 2 times in 1 week. In 1 week. So I'm glad that this was finally said, but if I'm being honest with you, this kind of stuff should be said more on TV, because the way they curate this guy's story is, to me, is absolutely ridiculous. But these are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.